a relaxed note, okay? Like very slow mornings if you get up 1 hour earlier than you usually wake up, and you can practice some meditation, you can have some healthy snacks which are available, you can practice mindfulness, even journaling is very important, okay? So if you can journal your thoughts in the morning, whatever thoughts are coming, just write it down. So what happens is you're starting your day on the right way, so that helps, right? Then if you stop multitasking. Some people do a lot of multitasking in the long run, because these days even everyone advertises that multitasking can improve productivity. A lot of things are there, but multitasking is not productive at all. So we should do one thing at a time. Every day schedule what you're going to do at one time and then do it all. So multitasking should be avoided properly. Then communication is another thing that comes here. Like if you communicate with whatever, for example, with your boss, sometimes the boss is not does not know what is happening in your life, right? They don't know what is proper. Maybe there's some home problem which you have, or maybe you're having some low productivity days. You should communicate it to your boss so that your boss understands your situation and they help you with your productivity. Okay. And then the next is positive relationship outside. So if you form some positive relationships outside work, see, in the work setup, sometimes it is very competitive, right? We don't want to talk to people. They are our competitors. We are not able to express ourselves easily. So if you can make friendships outside your work, for example, you can join some clubs like reading clubs, maybe dance clubs. So many things are there where you can make positive friendships. So that can also help. Then maintaining healthy boundaries. Okay, maintaining healthy boundaries is important. People are not able to maintain a lot of healthy boundaries with people. Like they don't know how to say no for one thing. Then people generally say anything and everything. They comment on their personal lives, everything. So you should know who is allowed to comment on your personal life and who is not. Okay, and your workplace also, just make friends with people who really genuinely care about you. Don't share everything with everyone. So maintaining healthy boundaries is important. The next is workplace politics. Now, workplace politics also plays a very crucial role in stress. If you're totally involved in a lot of gossip at work, you're not focusing on what your productivity and what the other person is saying, and you're bitching about your co-workers, this can actually snatch away your peace in the long run. So, and you can keep on thinking about it in the on weekends also, when you're with your friends or family. So that will definitely affect your mental health. And the last thing that I want to here share is practicing assertiveness. Okay, now practicing assertiveness is very important, because assertiveness is something which is very, very much lacking in people these days. I have seen it myself in my practice. So a lot of people cannot say no to their employers, right? They feel that if they're given more tasks, they feel that I can't say no. How will I say no? And they keep on piling it up on themselves, and in the end, they are not productive. So it actually adds to their already they are stressed, and this is adding to their stressful situation. So practicing assertiveness is very important at tasks. Even in general life, it is very important, but in work life, it is more important, because then you will be able to communicate what you can do for the employer and what you cannot do. And even if they force you, sometimes employers force us that you have to do this, we don't know, but you can talk to them, like, instead of being aggressive. And here I would also like to mention that there's a difference between assertiveness and aggressiveness, right? So when we're aggressive and fighting with the employer might not understand our scenario or situation. They might feel that this person is very arrogant and doesn't want to take up the work, right? But if you're still assertive and you tell the person that no, I cannot do it, and these are my problems, so definitely they will understand in the long run. And even if they don't understand, you stick to your point and explain your point till they understand. So this can definitely reduce your workload to a great extent, right? So these are few of the points that can be kept in mind when you are at your workplace, so that you don't feel overwhelmed. A healthy work-life balance can do the goal. I have already shared the, the ways in which you can deal with it. Now, if you have a healthy work life balance, the stress will itself go away, like, it will be managed. So having specific work hours can be there. So if you set boundaries for your working hours, and you do not go beyond those hours. If you have specific working hours, like, okay, this from this time to this time is my working hour. Like, for example, right now we are at home, so we can always see that, okay, by 6 o'clock I'm going to end my work, or by 5 o'clock I'm going to end my work, and after that this is going to be my me time, right? So that can be one. Then measurable goals is another. Like, if your goal setting is very important in mental health, so if you can develop short term goals, like, okay, like today I'm going to finish this much stuff. Maybe if there's a project that, okay, and you have to reach out to 2 employees or 3 employees, so you just maintain a short term goal. By this time I'm going to reach out to 3 employees, like that. So you can make short term goals, because long term goals sometimes don't work out very easily. The short term goals can be like, every day you can write it down, and at the end of the day you can check it. So once you check it off, you feel a sense of fulfillment. Then taking out some personal time for you, like, with your family members, communicating with them on a regular basis, telling them what happened at work. If some boss said something, your coworker said something, share it with your them. Or you can play games with them, like play carom or play ludo, anything which can make you bind with them, bond with them in a good way. Then, as I mentioned earlier, that planning your day is very important. Early in the morning, you can plan your day. You can write the tasks that you have already in your mind, right? You can write down, for example, if you want to get the groceries done, or today you want to talk to your friends, just plan it at the beginning. So you can get a whiteboard also, like, you can keep it in your room and write all the things there, so that things can be ticked off as you go around the day. So once you are at the end of the day, and when you check out what things have been done, so you will feel good that, okay, today I did these things, and my day was productive. So once you write it down, it is very important. Then definitely growing your network. So networking is very easy these days. You can network online, you can network offline, but due to COVID, networking online has become very common now. So you can network with friends in various chat groups, Facebook groups are there, LinkedIn. So you can then talk to them, understand, like, you can talk to them about your hobbies, or what you can write, how you feel about things. All these things you can talk to them. So your sense of bonding with people will increase, and you will get to learn something new from your network as well. And encouraging no work at home after work hours. Now, sometimes some people might say it is difficult that we have work at home after work, but if you can limit that time at home, that, okay, for 1 hour only I'm going to work, after that I'm not. So during working hours, during odd hours, just avoid that, because that, what happens, it depletes your energy in a very negative way, right? So these are some of the things which you can practice every day, because these are very natural things, and not very difficult to implement also, but can make a major impact in your life. I mentioned that it's not only the responsibility of the employee, but it is also the responsibility of the employer to communicate on a positive note. So they should have a proper communication with the employees on a regular basis, like what problems they are facing, is there any issues that they have, and they should be very open minded. They should not be close minded and just shut the employee off, right? That your problem is not real. I have seen some people doing that. So some managers not taking the employees' mental health issues seriously. So that can be done. Then mental health support organizations are hiring mental health professionals these days. That is very good. So this should be continued further also. Then you should encourage employees to take breaks. So even if they're at work, or currently they're at home, so if they're overworked, their productivity will get affected. So they should not feel overworked. Okay, and you should encourage them that okay, take breaks, or help them in easing their workload. Then there are childcare facilities. These days, young couples are facing a lot of problem with handling kids. Right, they cannot leave their kids at home, and I've also seen this in my personal practice that they really feel bad about the childcare facilities. That they feel that if there was some childcare facilities, it would have been better. So if organizations, have some childcare facilities at workplace, then it can be an advantage. Then work from home these days, I have seen some organizations that they generally, even from the pre-COVID era, that time also work from home once a week was encouraged. So that is also very important these days. Like even if it is work from home now, this is not applicable currently because you're already working from home. But once we again go back to office, the employers can encourage work from home at least once a week. So what will happen is they will be with their loved ones. They will have their favorite place where they can work from. That gives them a sense of fulfillment. They will feel good and their productivity will improve. And pet friendly workplace is one important thing that is there. The pet friendly workplace is I've also seen it in my organization, in your case, that they have their own pet. Her name is Penny. So they, people play with the pet, and they feel good about it. So pets, maybe they don't make you feel gloomy, so you can play with them, you can cuddle them. So that helps a lot. The pet friendly workplace is something which they should encourage. And another thing is that we should recognize the good work of employees. Encouraging, because if you don't recognize how the employees are working well, and if they appreciate them on a regular basis, that yes, you are an asset for our company, it will reinforce them, give them a positive reinforcement, right, to work on a regular basis. And social activities. So these days, again, because of the post-COVID era, and now because of the COVID era, social activity has dwindled. But what employees can do is that they can create some, informal meetups, Zoom meetings, or online meetings where they can talk about random things, about their hobbies, about how they're doing things. Maybe discuss about some books which they have read. It's just like it's just an example, or they can talk about their how they are dealing with the time, free time. They can give advice to each other. So what will happen is then social life will be intact even in this time during the COVID era, right? When we are limited and when we cannot meet people in person, isn't it? So that ways it helps. So, and after the COVID era ends, when it was pre-COVID era, social activity should be encouraged at workplace. Drinking tea together, or maybe going for team meetups. To know and understand their co-workers better. So this diverts the mind and makes the person feel good about themselves.
Thank you, Shyamolima, for an enlightening and entertaining presentation on workplace stress management.
No problem. Thanks a lot. Looking forward to more in future, and all the best to our viewers also. I got a very tough situation currently going on, so I hope everyone deals with it in a positive way and come out victorious. All my good wishes with all.
I hope you're liking our videos and the content we are posting. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button, because we are going to be coming with a lot of more content related to psychology and mental health, and we are going to be posting every week. So stay tuned.